Welcome in, Henry.
Dre.
It's great to have you here.
I'm really excited to be here.
I actually have a note here. Quandrums for Hank.
For me specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got all the answers you could ever need.
I think so. I don't know if you've been tuned into the show lately. I assume with the yellow shirt you have, because we've been big on the yellows. I have at least. So imagine that's kind of a callback to the hoodie I was wearing a month ago as an avid watcher
Absolutely.
of the show. That you are. But
I am an avid watcher. I don't comment all the time. Just know that I comment about one in three times.
That really warms my heart to hear.
Yeah.
I do that too. Often watch, don't always comment.
That's like with the Nuggets guys too, where it's just I'm here. People need to know I'm here.
Right. I'm not trying to be a groupie about
this
it.
Is exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't know if you have kind of caught this though. A big theme of the show now is having our ears to the streets.
We love having our ears to the streets.
Yes, and the streets are telling me that you are on a heater.
I'm on the heater of a lifetime.
Let's go.
And we gotta give a shout out to RK first. He kind of kicked the whole thing off.
Love that.
Maybe a bit much, but
no,
yeah.
never.
You know, my strategy is, you put about 3 units down on different bets, and I had 2 bets going into one of those Avs games, and I was like, okay, Ryan, I'm picking a score here with this last bet. And he was like, it's gonna be 5-1. And it was 5-1. And then from there, I hit on Phil Mickelson winning that tournament. I parlayed everything I did 2 days ago with the Avs money line yesterday. That was a big payday.
Which, Groovy, you need to be sending him, love letters right now.
I'm sending him something, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Whatever he wants.
Maybe a cut of your winnings. He doesn't.
If that's what it takes to keep him around, I will chip in. Pay that man what he wants.
What a game. Actually, shoot, I meant to wear the Groob, but then I had the villain-like shorts, so I went with...
Those are some villainy shorts.
I forgot all about that. Groob, you're in my thoughts and heart. Great game last night. So that really worked out for you.
Yeah. I put a deposit in right before that happened, and now it's up more than 10 times.
So you're mostly focusing on a couple bets that you're going in hard on.
Yeah,
is what you're
exactly. And that's kind of been the big shift. First of all, I just defined a unit and said every bet is going to be this amount.
So crucial.
It really is important. It's so easy to go in and be like, okay, this one, I'm just going to put $2 on this because it's a first basket, whatever. See if I can turn that into 20. And no, just pick a unit. It keeps you honest. You're not going to do dumb things. You only make good bets. And that was the first key. But then also...
And then your returns are sound.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And you're just steadily building.
I love it.
Yeah, but then on top of that, finding things you like a couple days advance and being willing to just make some parlays. Like that's what I've been doing most of the way through is... just
big parlay guy.
Big parlay.
The Rockies just sweep?
They were kicking Texas's ass.
They won.
Yeah.
So
was that a sweep?
I think so.
Michaela?
They'd won 2 in a row.
That's a sweep. Nemanja, what up, my man?
Yeah, Nemanja. Yeah.
Well,
as long as they still get the number 1 pick, I'm happy.
I would like to note that since I came on the show and said, look, it's NHL, NBA playoffs, we won't be talking baseball for 2 months, I'm pretty sure the Rockies are 9-2 since I did that.
Oh,
Thank goodness, yeah.
Precisely.
Also, good for you because probably would have been betting against the Rockies in that 9-2 stretch. Yeah.
And I don't do that, folks. Only emotional hedges I'll allow it.
Okay.
Anyways, on the heater of the lifetime, we were able to secure you. Let's go to Henry's big 3. It's time.
Yeah, let's do it. Jokic over 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Honestly, take that. Take the over 32.5 points. It's the same thing to me. I really do like both those.
Right.
Right. It's 32.5?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Okay. Yeah. Either one of those is great. Like Jokic is just going to be putting up in the 30s every game. That's just where we are. Maybe there's the fatigue thing. It's something to keep an eye on. But
sure.
It's Jokic. It's the playoffs. He knows what he needs to do. And
I
guess
you can close them out
for sure. And maybe just a little bit more flexibility here in case they double him and he starts passing. And that's why I threw this up instead.
I do like that because I have wondered. Will the defensive strategy switch up?
I think so. We saw it late in the game. Those last possessions.
Out of necessity, but yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with Nurkic out, yeah.
That is true.
Right. In the end, it almost was it's same difference.
For
You're
sure.
getting cooked on like a 1.2 points per possession basis, regardless of who you put on him.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. His assists are also the lowest they've been all series, which you love, 6.5. I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. That's
And again,
good.
that might be juicy.
For
So I
sure.
like where your mind's at with
It's
that.
tough. There's some other juicy stuff too. I think like Aaron Gordon's 6.5 rebounds. Like that, you see it and you're
there's
like,
some
how am I not
intriguing-
betting on that? But at the same time, what? He had 10 in the last game, but that's a double overtime. Before
Totally.
that, he missed a couple games. But yeah, you can see there, MPJ over 2.5 3-pointers, minus 141. Not the best juice, but I mean,
We'll out.
we know that he is going to be taking shots. Like, we are at the point where after that game a couple games ago, he said, like, my job is to go take shots. He's going to be taking shots. And if he takes shots, 3-pointers are going in. That's just the nature of him playing basketball. Only thing you had to worry about is he going to get shots up? I don't think that's a question anymore.
Definitely, definitely. Also, you got to love that last game. He kind of found that turnaround mid-range when the long distance wasn't
Those
working.
are just nasty.
You hope kind of, as we're reconstructing his game, this game, you've got a little more range to it.
Yeah.
Again, one of the best at his age 3-point shooters in NBA history.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. So, I mean,
It's
it's not a bad bet.
One of the best in the league right now.
Absolutely.
And then finally, Nuggets +5, minus 109. I'm actually not a big spread better. I typically just take the money lines. I bet to enjoy sports more. And sports are about winning and losing.
Sports enhancement, yeah.
And so that's why I usually go with the money lines. But with 5 points right there, how close I think this game is going to be.
Love that.
That's why I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm probably gonna put something on. They're what, like +170, +180 to win the game. That's really tempting too, and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna blame anybody for taking that instead. But the 5 points, it's got to be within 5.
Yeah, I kind of feel like even if they force a game 7, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we got our one blowout in the series. That's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I totally
also,
agree.
Dame isn't going to be on that same scorching pace. Like,
It can't be, right?
no, he can't.
It's
He
impossible.
truly-
It's never happened before.
Exactly. The, like, just statistician probability lover in me has to see him cool off after that game.
How do you feel about CJ in this game? That's one where I went back and forth because I wanted to take the under just because he's looked so bad. But
100%.
then
He's
I just
looked
can't.
terrible.
I just can't trust it because I agree it's not going to be a Dame night.
All right.
Or I mean, it might be a Dame night. It's not going to be 55-point Dame night.
Totally, right.
And especially when the narrative
I'm with
is like wherever you look, people saying, "Why can't Dame get any help?" It's like, first of all, Dame takes basically every shot, and down the stretch, like when you're taking one shot in like 7 possessions of CJ McCollum, it's not like you're in a rhythm. And I wonder if Dame goes into this game saying like, okay, I do need help. Let's get these other guys going.
I mean, we've seen CJ get cooking in a series against the Nuggets before. And yeah, I'm scared off the same way because I contemplated putting MPJ in the matchup against McCollum to outscore him. Stayed away.
I was tempted there too.
You mentioned AG. His matchup against Nurkic is very intriguing.
Plus money for AG, right? That's what's really tempting.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yes.
Nurkic has been kind of solid offensively. He hasn't been like a big problem.
And quietly a key to this game.
Absolutely.
To their game.
I mean, everybody's overextending, guarding the 3-point line, and he's just getting some easy baskets.
Right. Yeah,
And-
I mean, that's what got him game 4. They just started pounding him down low. Yeah.
Exactly. And is Aaron Gordon going to start scoring? My thing with Aaron Gordon, I don't think
man.
that's not his job. His job is to go be number 50. What does number 50 do? He's big, he's strong, grabs some boards, plays good defense. And ideally, he could finish just a little bit better. But,
That's the thing. Like, as a cutter, there's like at least 2 more easy hoops a night for him. out there.
for sure, at least.
And we're not because, and there's some struggles there.
Yeah, I mean, he needs just like an overhaul. Like his shot where he's like shooting with the ball out here. No wonder he has to fade away every time he gets the ball underneath. He doesn't shoot from up here like Jokic. It's like right there. Anybody's going to block that. And all those little fadeaways, those are bad shots. Those aren't the shots that you're looking for in a Jokic offense. But that's
geez.
neither here nor there.
In this, anyone who's willing to take a shot, I'll take it. Let's go to my big three.
Someone's asking, is there room for 2 in the bar if we get there by 5:15ish? It's really hard to say. There's room right now.
Certainly room right now.
I can't tell you there will be a table, but I think
When's the game, Allie?
6 o'clock.
5:15's cutting it.
I've been here for every playoff game except for the 3 at the arena we gone to, and I will say I do not think that there will be a table.
At 5:15,
You might
huh?
be able to
Yeah,
stand.
you'll absolutely
You'll
be able to stand.
stand, Austin.
Tables, you can put your drinks down, but yeah, I can't.
It's-
I don't know if there will be a table,
You're cutting it close.
which is we know sucks. We're sorry.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. But I love that we're getting those inquiries. I love that one of the Austins could be here tonight. That's exciting
Yeah.
stuff.
Wonder if that's
let's hit up my
the buff Austin Johnson. Probably not.
could
We
be.
met this Austin Johnson at ThriftCon.
Does he look like a lineman?
No.
Okay. I'm sure you're a cool Austin Johnson too.
Over 5 goals, Boston against the Islanders. We're talking hockey, kids. -122. I don't know why this is set at 5, Henry. Typically, you would set a line at 5 for some really hot goalies or some really good defenses. Both these two teams are top 5 in scoring these playoffs.
Yep.
Both averaging well over 5.5 goals per game in the games they've been involved in. That's goals scored and goals against. We've got Tuukka Rask, who some are saying is maybe even nursing an injury in goal for Boston. Varlamov coming back in goal for the Islanders. They benched him in parts of round 1 because he wasn't himself.
Yeah.
Essentially free money. Maybe I'm a sucker and I'm taking the cheese. I don't think that really exists with this level of heightened, just attention on a playoff game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I like
hard
this.
to come up with cheese.
I like it. I think you think 3-2. If the game is 3-2, you get your money back.
Totally.
If it's 3-3, obviously you win and it goes to overtime. It's like 4-1, you get your money back. 4-zip, you lose.
Right.
3-1, you lose. Like when you just look at how these scores play out, over 5, or at least hitting 5 and
It's a beauty.
being safe. Yeah, this is a great bet.
And also the Islanders, I mean, very sound system, but they're a more high-scoring team at home. They're going to have the crowd behind them. I also kind of like the Islanders tonight at plus value. Jokic over 32.5. We're going to hammer this until eternity. Like Portland's making the mistake of guarding him straight up. It might be their best strategy. Though, frankly, with the depleted depth the Nuggets have around Jokic, I would double him and force everyone else to beat you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
but then you come off of it after if you need to.
The problem with that is you're not forcing everyone else to beat you if Jokic is just threading passes that are leading to really high percentage shots.
For sure. There's
Regardless, though, I think they'll keep the coverage the same. They'll go one-on-one with him against Nurkic, and he's going to get his. And I would hit this until it was set at like 35.5.
I just hope he isn't as gassed as he was that last game. Or even on
Yeah.
top of that, even if he
Yeah.
is like he wasn't even willing to drive the ball in the fourth quarter. Like if he got the ball, he was not moving with the ball. He was either shooting from there or passing. And I mean, my thought is that after that double overtime, everybody's going to be gassed. And I think it's just going to kind of level the playing field where everybody's going to be feeling that way. But that is my one
The
hesitation with
fatigue
Jokic.
factor is really interesting. All I'll say about Jokic is I've seen him show uncommon endurance for a big man. I mean, we've seen him play, 23 career playoff games as a Nugget now. All those went to 7. He's always played well, like as the series goes further. We've seen him come back from a 4 OT loss, right, Henry?
Yeah.
And play some of his best basketball. That's not when he was in the condition he's in now. Those are all, very real concerns.
You know what? In
And
hindsight,
Jokic, I trust them.
like looking back, stay with me here. Kind of felt like almost like a LeBron performance. Like LeBron, no help. He's
Very
tired.
LeBron-esque,
Like
yes.
like the way that everything still like flows through him. You can tell he's gassed. You could tell the scoring, the shooting wasn't there that night, and still just finds a way to win.
Oh, 100%. And he's going to the line and doing it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Figuring it out, making some tough shots in overtime when he needed to. And then speaking of LeBron to score more points than Devin Booker. Man, I wanted to get in on some LeBron markets today, Hank, and then I opened the app and his points are set at 30.5. His rebounds are set at 9.5. There's not really great value on the Lakers to be had.
Yeah.
And so, look, what I'm going with is LeBron facing elimination over Booker, who is a great superstar, but can be a little streaky, can struggle some if he's not getting his calls. And yeah, I think LeBron's just going to get every call. He's going to do that, like, old guy who's 6'5" at the YMCA where he just backs everyone down and, like, gets easy hoops and goes to the line a gajillion times, bitches the refs out 24/7. And whether they win it or not, I'm not sure. I hope the Lakers lose, but I think LeBron gets his for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. We've got a great question here from Jack Britt asking, the total's 228, seems low. Am I crazy? The over 5-1 in this series.
Yeah. So I was actually looking at that earlier, and I think I left it in my bet slip. The reason that I got there, though, was because I was tempted to take, I think it's plus 1,300 for the game to go to overtime. And I was like, ooh, it's almost worth just taking that shot because of how this series feels.
Yeah.
But then I was like, what would be better? Just take the over. And it might just hit normally. If it goes to overtime, you hit your bet. And I didn't actually put that bet in, but I like the over, especially because I think overtime is very much in play again.
What about a little over Nuggets spread parlay?
Ooh,
Huh?
I like that.
Huh?
I like those parlays.
You can do that. Speaking of parlays, shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook. Number one sportsbook in the land, Hank. You know what's going on this week for new users?
What's going on? Oh, that was a real question.
Yeah, but I think I got it too. What
Yeah.
$1 any NBA market to win 100 for new users?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's on top of the usual. You use code DNVR, and any new user gets a bonus up to $1,000 on DraftKings Sportsbook. That's a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Don't forget to enter code DNVR. And, must be Colorado only. Bonus comprised of first bet deposit and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthroughs. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Dilemma of the day. This is a good one, Henry, and we're gonna pepper in some more questions I have for you.
Okay.
Because on your heater, I want to know what you're doing in your life to keep yourself heated up. How to parlay RK's dream into reality.
I'm excited to hear about RK's dream.
So, he's got some, mystic powers.
Okay.
Colin Morikawa, obviously.
Yep. Who I think is leading today.
Wow.
Yep.
Shout out to Colin, our guy.
And I almost, because I've said this before.
Yeah.
Golf betting. I either take Justin Thomas or Colin Morikawa before the tournament. And yesterday, almost took Colin Morikawa. Then
But you
saw
went
he was
JT.
6-7 under today, something like that. No, I didn't take either. I was like, I'm not going to watch this. I'm going to be focused on the playoffs.
So what happened on that Phil pick?
So that was so the strategy is basically take one of those two guys, and then they give you a boost every day. And so every day I add another golfer. And so the one you add on the Thursday, you're just like, okay, hopefully he either stays hot or picks it up or something like that, depending on if you're going with a favorite who isn't doing well, whatever. And then the last day you're like, okay, well, 4 of these guys are in contention. Hopefully you have 1 or 2 of them. Who scares you? Who's gonna make a run?
Wow.
And Phil was after the first day. He was leading. And I was like, it was actually the very beginning of his round the second day. And I was going to wait for him to bogey. And I was like, I'm not playing this game. I just want Phil. Took Phil. And I think I got it plus 1,800 because of the boost too. Yeah.
That's outstanding.
It was pretty great.
That's outstanding. And yeah, on Twitter, he has some good late game calls, including last night where he said, Miko to win a top shot.
Unbelievable.
Well, and before even that call, the entire game yesterday, what I kept thinking about was this dream Ryan talked about on the pod last week.
I do remember this now.
Him and AJ at the parade. Avs have won the Stanley Cup, and they're talking to each other and saying, man, crazy that they lost that game to the Jets, or they would have gone a perfect 16-0.
Huh.
So what can we decipher from that dream? Two things. Avs sweep here, which right now, Henry, if you had to guess the most likely outcome based on the sportsbook odds for this Avs Vegas series, what would you guess the most likely, the shortest odds are?
4-1.
Second shortest. The shortest odds, Avs sweep.
Which I got in at plus 650 before the series.
This series as well.
Yeah, I did. I hit it the first series at plus 420, which is nice.
You
But
got
then,
this one at plus 160?
plus 650 before the series.
My guy.
I also took, it was even odds, minus 1.5 in the series.
I love that we have that, though, because now it's down at plus 220. And you can get that, and then you could take the Jets, who just lost game 1 of their series, to win theirs.
Oh.
Parlay those together. Use Ryan's Mystic abilities. Plus 796, kids.
I'm in.
I'm
in.
You bet your ass you are. Yep.
Wow.
That's how it's done. Any believers, anyone out there like, oh, Ryan, give me the lotto numbers. Give me this, give me that. And you're not parlaying this, you're on my shit list. You're on my shit list. We have a problem if you're not doing that.
Don't want to be Andre's shit list.
Never,
Nope.
ever, ever. My big 3 is parlayable, Henry.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Parlayable big 3. Yours is not. That's okay. We allow it. I have some. We have some good comments here as well. Yeah, the over. We're gonna parlay that. What's the juice on that, Henry? Would you mind checking that out for me?
I would not. I think it was
Double
minus
device it.
109.
Connor, I like that. Have you seen this? We've got an odds boost for Dame to score 10 plus in the fourth quarter, boosted at plus 450.
Over is minus 113, and it's now at 227.5.
Wow. That's nice.
This has been tempting me all day.
You kind of have to take it.
I know. Plus 450? Like, as much as I think the Nuggets are going to win this game, if the Nuggets win this game, it's not going to be without Dame putting some crazy push together at the end.
Exactly.
And this is another one where it's like, I wish it was like after the third instead of in the fourth, and so you could potentially benefit off of an overtime, but 10 points in the fourth? That's a 40-point pace for the game. You expect most of his work to be done in the fourth quarter anyway.
My thought is
Plus
by then he's
450.
getting back in rhythm, you know?
For sure. Absolutely.
Like we see all this regression after the hot game 5. And then by the fourth quarter, he's back in rhythm and busting them.
I think you got to take it, especially just like an emotional hedge.
Yeah. Love the confidence from SRBB Joker 40 plus tonight. Just watch. And then Andrew Ventura with some wise stats for us. Aaron Gordon has gone over on points, and we call it PAR, Andrew. Points, assists, rebounds combined on 4 of his 5 games. And I believe the one he went under was that stinker where the Nuggets get blown out and he just has 6 points. He's money. What's that set out tonight?
I checked earlier. And again, I was tempted by the rebounds.
I mean, I'm tempted by all his markets. I thought it was telling that they took Facu rebounds off.
Yeah, I was looking for those earlier too.
They're scared. All those 3 points Portland loves to jack up. Facu's there for the long boards, you know, Hank?
Yeah.
Easy money. Let's find that PAR figure for AG, though. 20.5. Ooh. Holy cow, that is an honest number. That is an honest number, kids. Wow. Okay, hammer that away. Andrew, always a good one to have in your corner and in your comments. Also, I don't see him in the comments, but Austin Novak's been giving out his big threes. I feel he's getting back on track tonight. Pretty sure we tweeted those out, or retweeted those at DNVR Bets on Twitter as well. Shout out to Rudo calling the Yost goal. Though he said first goal. Allie, you profited off of that. She bet on him to score.
Yep.
So did Henry.
Yep.
Jumped in on that one.
Because she told me to.
That was extraordinary.
I didn't make any of my other bets though. It was a bad night.
That's betting for
I
you.
had dots, but the Avs won, so that's all that matters, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, and that was a good comment you just pulled up. Crazy enough, Jokic's points have fluctuated. I gave him out this morning, minus 109. When I gave them out to production an hour before we started the show, it was minus 122, minus 121. There you go. Nicely done, Allie. And now plus 105.
I mean, I was in before.
What's going on?
I'm even more in now.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I had.
No,
so,
I mean, obviously we're in. You wonder about the doubts, though. You wonder about the doubters.
I mean, to me, it's still just the energy thing. Like, he was so gassed that entire game.
Could be.
And he fought through it most of the way. But, I mean, obviously did enough to win. Hit the important shots.
Yeah.
The ones that were like, you lose if you don't make it.
And the important passes. I mean,
Yeah.
still,
Yeah. For sure. But, yeah, I think so the line was set at 31.5 for the last game.
Yeah.
He had 31 in regulation. And that was another one that I parlayed with that Avs game yesterday, just that puck line. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was an especially interesting one because I think we just got value back because he'd only scored 16 in that last one, which was a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden he went from averaging like 36 in the series to just averaging 31. They set it exactly at 31.5. And it's one of those where the Nuggets are up the entire time, man.
Yeah.
They're shooting free throws left and right, but Jokic is always the one with the inbounds, and that changed in overtime.
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
Were some times
They
where
did.
They started to alternate that.
They did,
which was interesting. So,
and I wasn't gonna like bring up the Yoke thing with all the like Nuggets fans around. Nobody cares about my bet, you know. But sitting there, I'm just like in my head thinking like, go Nuggets, but also get the ball to Jokic, please, please.
Ryan, it was Ryan and I's consensus pick of the night. So it was two. It was a 2-win swing. You know, it would have been the difference between like 2 and 4 and 4 and 2.
Oof. I
think Tay for missing that free throw and layup later on, though we didn't need the layup. That was an OT. And I thank Dame for letting us hit that. Anything else you're intrigued by, Henry? Parlayable, odds boost, Nuggets thoughts you weren't able to get off your chest. Tomorrow we get to get in on the Avs, and it's Avs road game, which means we will have value on the Avs again. Gotta love that. And Nuggets line has moved to 4.5. So really, really interesting movement right now on this Nuggets line as the juice goes away from Jokic and yet is also moving towards the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Not the correlation you would expect.
For sure.
But if we want to take Nuggets plus 4.5 and the over, that's plus 255.
Austin Johnson saying
I'm
he's
in.
headed now. He's coming now.
Let's go,
Nice.
Austin. Let's go. Austin might get a nice table.
He might.
Austin might get
What's
a
it
nice
looking like
table.
down there?
I think he's playing this correctly.
Actually at 7.
People are asking, is the game at 7?
No, I'm asking.
The DraftKings Sportsbook app says 6:10.
Interesting.
6:10?
I think they started doing that because they always say the game starts at 6, but it's actually like 6:15.
Oh, well, the time on DraftKings, always accurate. Every other app, inaccurate.
They want to let people get those player props in. You know, because like if they put it at 6, you can only get your player props in until 6. But they know it's going to be after. Yeah.
You have this is like when college freshman, sophomore, whatever. My sisters are in high school. I leave and I come back and I'm like, oh my God, you guys are saying like, I'm able to have conversations we never could have had before. You're like, your minds have advanced so much.
I'm a good bettor now.
You on this show, it's the same thing.
I'm making some
Like
money.
flying back home to meet my sisters for the first time.
Me and your sisters.
Wow.
Twins, by the way, for those who didn't know.
Yeah. Alex
Everyone at this point knows.
and Nico.
Yeah. Just in case.
Shouts to them. Shouts to you guys. Shouts to DraftKings Sportsbook. Go Nuggets. Thank you, Hank, for making it happen. Thank you, Aldog, for producing. Best of luck on your bets. We'll be back tomorrow.